Hello, 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 guys. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all healthy and safe and just alive. Yes, and welcome to today's first exercise for Bio 110. And this is entitled Madlang People. Ako lang yan, self-titled thing. But if you look at your Canvas structures, it's going to be like age pyramid. Yun na siya. Okay. But yeah, so what is this exercise all about? So this is actually the first leg of your Bio 110 course. As we mentioned, there will be many different concepts and units that you will be tackling because this is, after all, integrated principles of biology. Integrated nga. So napakarami. Biology is a very, very broad topic. So it's pretty much branched off into different disciplines, one of which is ecology. So yun yung mauuna nating i-discuss. And for ecology, we have a few major topics that will be incorporated into your exercises. So there's population dynamics, energy and resource cycling, as well as ecological relationships such as predation, and then there's also symbiotic relationships, yung mga ganong bagay. Ayan. Now, you might be wondering, diba, biology, normally, when we study biology, there is a certain level of organization, diba? Typically, when you study biology, you kind of start with actually not biology. You start with physics and chemistry. Remember, these are foundational subjects. And so that's why you get to know about atoms and molecules and, chemical reactions and whatnot before you even really step into the biological system. And then from the biological system, you're going to learn about cells first, these teeny tiny things that make up us as multicellular organisms. So ang dami pang pagdadaanan before we get to population. But somehow we're going to start with population to sort of complement the lecture part. Para naman hindi yung iba-iba yung natututunan nyo sa lab, tas iba yung natututunan nyo sa lecture. Para hindi masyadong magulo. Yun lang. And for population, when we study population, so yung sinabi natin kanina, population dynamics, that means that populations change. They constantly change. And there are so many things or so many ways that a population can change over time. But first and foremost, what is a population? When we talk about population, we're talking about just a group of the same species. Okay, that's kind of it. For example, population of human beings, population of Philippine eagle, yung mga ganyan lang. So we're really trying to limit it to just one particular species. But in terms of how large or how small your sample size is, you can actually change it. So, pwedeng sabihin mong population ng buong mundo, pwede rin sabihin mong population ng Metro Manila lang, pwedeng sabihin mong population ng Southeast Asia. But still, it's just the human species. Because when you bring other species into the mix, now you're looking at communities. Medyo, that's a higher level of organization. So for population, species level lang. Yun. And tulad nga ng sinabi natin, populations can change. And there's so many ways that populations can change over time. As I said, may pinapanganak, meron ding namamatay. So some, babies get born and old people die, or sometimes you don't even get to live that old, but let's hope you do. But yeah, aside from that, people can emigrate. So they can leave the country, they can also immigrate, so come into a country. So, ang daming pwedeng magbago. Apart from that, ano pa nga bang mangyari? There could be famine, there could be drought, natural calamities, just a shit ton of stuff could happen that can affect a population within a given period of time. So yun yung masaya. That's why we call it population dynamics. It's ever changing, it's ever moving. Kind of like if kung isipin nyo atong yin yang symbol or the Tao Tzu Tu, that is it's a symbol that pretty much depicts what nature is. It's constantly changing, and it's a series of cycles of opposites. So there's life, there's death, there's emigration, there's immigration. Diba parang ganun lang din siya. So you can think of it that way if you're more into the whole spiritual, philosophical kind of thing. Yan po siya. Yan. And one way to study populations, actually, at least for people who are, like, whether you're an ecologist or social scientist, is through, yeah, you can look at these weird shapes and colors. Well, what the hell are these? These are what we call age-sex pyramids. Yan. So yan yung, actually, that's the main focus of your lab activity. You're going to be looking at these. But not only that, you're going to make one from scratch. Yun po siya. And if you have a look at the learning outcomes, yun naman yung kasama dun. You're going to first have to learn how to make one. And then at the end of it all is you're going to have to learn how to use the information that you've just generated to make interpretations, to make predictions about what could happen. And why is that important? Diba? Yun siguro yung tinatanong yun, ba't kailangan matuto akong gumawa ng age pyramid? And more importantly, bakit kailangan matuto akong tumingin kung ano bang ibig sabihin ng isang age sex pyramid? Or, why? Why is it important? What? Why? Why? Because let's face it, when we study populations, our main concern really is not whether, okay, dumadami yung tao or, uy, kumukonti yung tao. There are many underlying things, one of which is yung resources natin. The Earth is a finite space. Remember that. With a fixed amount of water, with a fixed amount of gases, with a fixed amount of just the molecules that just are cycling in that planet. And kung dumadami yung population, how are we going to allocate those same resources? We're going to have to spread it thin, or what? Are we going to have to kill more people? Mga ganong klaseng tanong. So that's why it's important for us to learn how to interpret this, because when we have a look at age sex pyramids or any tool that analyzes populations, we can help policymakers. Now you have this evidence to support that, hey, we should do something about this and this and this because it says so in the data. Now, if you don't want to look at the science, I mean, based on this, we predict that this could happen. So, damn, we got to do something about this. Yung mga ganyang bagay. So, pwede nating maiwasan yung mga ibang problema if we know how to interpret the data and if we know how to use this to our advantage. So, not just for the benefit of humans, but also even for the rest of the plants and animals around us. We also use population dynamics analysis and visual interpretations, such as these kinds of graphs, to help with species conservation. Kung malalaman mo kung ano yung trend sa isang population ng mga critically endangered na hayop, diba? You can see that, oh wow, their population is increasing or decreasing. Then you can pinpoint ano kaya yung nakatulong. What have we done that has either caused the population to decline or to increase? If it's caused the population to increase, then great, let's keep doing that. If it's causing the population to decline, then fuck, we should stop doing that. Yung mga ganong bagay. So again, ultimately, when we look at populations, when we study population dynamics and interpret all of these visual representations and use all of these tools to our advantage, then we can come up with better decisions to make not just our lives better, but the lives of everyone around us much, much better. Yun po yun. So sana, yun ang maging takeaway ninyo na parang bakit kailangan ko to matutunan. It's really, that's it. Just using the information. It's knowledge is power, information is power. More importantly, learning to think critically about something is also very important. Yan. Yun lang siya. So I hope you enjoy the lab activity. Everything is pretty straightforward. All of the materials are there and everything that you need to do is there. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and just ask me and or you can course them through your blockmates. All right. So you guys have fun, and yeah, see you guys soon. Bye bye.